Pope Francis farewell, power, humility, and global spectacle analysis of Vatican funeral. Tomorrow in Rome, the world's leaders will converge in a grand display of solemnity and spectacle, as they come to bid farewell to Pope Francis, a man who, in life, challenged the excesses of privilege and preached humility amid opulence. But as the funeral approaches, questions swirl. Will the dignity he sought be reflected in the pomp surrounding his departure? Or will this event turn into yet another stage for political theater and vainglorious self-promotion? Pope Francis, who urged us to see our planet as our common home, and lived more simply than many of his predecessors, wished for his funeral to be modest, no triple coffins, just dignity like any other Christian. Yet, his death is already shaping up to be a spectacle. Reporters from around the globe are descending upon Vatican City, eager to capture every flicker of ritual, every expression of a world leader. The scene will be packed with VIPs eager to make their mark, including the twice-divorced and thrice-married Donald Trump, whose name often sparks controversy and headlines. Trump, who once demanded an apology from a bishop who called for mercy on migrants and LGBTQ+ communities, is expected to show up with his entourage, eager to be seen at the holy show. Meanwhile, the skies above St. Peter's Square will be watched over by fighter jets, anti-drone defenses at the ready, as up to 170 nations send representatives. Ireland's delegation, led by President Michael D. Higgins, along with Sabina, the Taoiseach, and Taoiseach, will be part of this grand assembly. With all that security, one could wonder how many children starving elsewhere could be fed for the cost of this spectacle. What's clear is that no matter who is Pope, the institution's legacy endures beyond the mun. Those who live by the Pope's teachings of equality and humility might be disappointed. Civic leaders and advocates who truly embody Francis's messages won't necessarily get front-row seats. Will voices like Mary Robinson and Greta Thunberg find space among the elite? Will organizations like Médecins Sans Frontières or the Red Crescent, which risk their lives to save others, be acknowledged at the front? And what about the migrants still stuck in camps like Lampedusa, the very place Pope Francis visited early in his papacy to stir consciences? The funeral, a moment for global reflection and grief, already risks losing its dignity amid commercial stalls selling souvenirs, souvenir water fonts, and overpriced hotel rooms. Sightseers, with smartphones at the ready, will capture images, perhaps the most macabre souvenir of all, of the Pope in his casket, turned into a digital badge of having been there. Since his passing, the world has lauded Francis as a champion of equality, yet his funeral has starkly revealed that the Catholic Church's hierarchy still operates as an exclusive club. Aside from a handful of women, like EU President Ursula von der Leyen, and a few nuns, the ceremony will be overwhelmingly male. The persistent gender divide demonstrates that even reform-minded leaders like Francis have yet to crack the glass ceiling. The absence of women in the leadership of the Church echoes the grim reality: there has never been a female pope, cardinal, bishop, or priest. Ireland, a country with just 0.06% of the world's population, joins the global scene in contemplating the male-only tradition, ignoring the fact that women are half of humanity. What these events reveal is that the Church's institutions will outlive any individual leader. Francis, who began writing his autobiography, Hope, in 2019, sent his message of optimism in a tumultuous world of war, climate crisis, and social strife, had hoped his words would inspire change. Instead, his legacy underscores that the voice of decency, compassion, and humility is more vital than ever. As we say goodbye to Pope Francis, we mourn not just the loss of a spiritual leader, but the loss of a moral compass amid chaos. Jorge Mario Bergoglio's spirit may rest, but his messages of hope and humanity will echo long after the pomp and pageantry fade.